Hi, this is Dan. Welcome to part 4, I believe, of my attempt to play through The Witness. Yeah, I actually ran. I recorded an episode of this late last night. It was Mrs. Dano's birthday, and we'd gone out and had a nice dinner and met up with friends for more drinks than were probably sensible. And but it was fun. But then I came home and I couldn't sleep, and I was like, I'll do another. I'll do it. I'll go back to The Witness, and you probably know this already. I think most of us do, and I did at the time, but I didn't care. Um, Playing puzzle games while drunk is not a recipe for success. So instead, basically what I did was I went wandering off through those trees and fiddled with a couple of panels and did some exploring. I was basically trying to follow the line of what Knock in the comments told me was a laser beam, and the first of many. And apparently I unlocked the first one relatively quickly, so yay me. But I very quickly got to some other locations on the other side of those trees. I think there's like unpowered cables running through those trees and stuff like that. And I got far enough away from the part that we finished here, which is right here, um, before I started trying to do stuff that I think I got past the point where I'd powered things. I know I said either last episode or a couple episodes ago that that this game was really nice because I hadn't found myself at a point where like, oh, where I was wondering what do I do next, and I found myself last night wondering what do I do next. So I think I might have been premature in talking about that. But before we move on, we're going to return to the X croquet field. I've decided that this was once upon a time a croquet pitch. Or, is it a pitch or yeah, something like that. Um, I wanted to revisit these for a couple of reasons. Um, First, because LB had he said in the comments that I was really overcomplicating my I was over I was thinking about this as if it was much more complex than it was. And Nock told me that you can actually go back and redo these things if you want to if you haven't actually worked out what the answer is, you can go back to these and you can do them again to try other things out. And I think I figured out what LB was talking about. Though I don't think this is one that will really be responsive to the experiment that I'm going to try. I'm not sure any of these will be, actually. Let's see. Let's think about this. Okay. Now, I think what the simpler understanding of this mechanic that LB was talking about is that you have to pass between all of the paths between a black square and a white square, And I think you have to make sure that you pass through them so that the white square is on the same side of the path each time. So we do this, and it's on the right. We do this, it's on the right. We do this, it's on the right. And say we did this, so it's on the left. That doesn't work. I'm not sure why all of these are blinking. Is it because I missed that one entirely? It may be because I missed that one entirely. But okay, let's do it another way. And this time the white is on the left. Here it's on the right. No, here it's on the right. Here it's on the left. So the top one should be the one that's oh, and we missed one. Right. Okay. Screw it. I'm not gonna have to, but I think that is correct. I think the only one I could really test it on was that door. And I'm not sure I want to deal with the door again. However, what we are going to do, we're going to not worry about where the laser is beaming off to yet. We're going to look at stuff that's a little bit closer to home. It is nice, yes, and it does go over to Space Mountain there. I think the next place we're going to head is this little waterfront area down here, if we can. Okay, and there are boulders. We're just going to strafe along here until we can find a path. Yes, like here's a path. Yeah, and up there, I think, is one of the little panels that I did something with. But this seems like maybe the next place to go. Could be completely wrong about this. I fully understand that. Oh, and here's another one of these red signal lights, which I still think might do something, though I may be completely wrong with that, or they may indicate something anyway. I'm hearing a little bit of an electrical humming because there's another one of these things that I don't know what it does and I don't know what it's for, but it makes a little electronic noise, so that's something. And there's another one of those things. Seems to me there was one at the Glassblower Studio boathouse thing, and that looks like... Can you walk up this? Why, yes, you can. Sort of looks like a hole was blown in this wall. Ah. Okay, I don't know what these dots are. That's interesting. Okay, how about this? What I'm thinking here is that because each of them has, each of the little blocks with the dots in them have 2 dots, maybe it means you need to pass those squares on 2 sides. No. maybe you need to pass through in that direction. Vertical. No. Okay. I think we need to maybe find a set of tutorial panels or something that will help clarify this, which presumably, because that one's powered, will be around here somewhere, maybe. Oh my, there's all sorts of places to go, aren't there? Now what happens if we go up top? Here is a thingy. That doesn't look like a laser thingy. It does, however, look like it's either a mirror or a projector. Okay. And right, and these are the points. How is this even powered? Oh, that's a... Oh, interesting. So that'll be useful once we have a laser, presumably, that's pointing here, because I think that's probably like a mirror sort of thing. Does this have the same sort of thing? No, it does not. It's something else. Okay. Alrighty then. Okay, we've again gone further afield than we perhaps should have, it seems. So what's going on over here? Yeah, this looks like another tutorial. Okay. Well, that seems like the obvious way, because you can get all of the hexagons that way. Okay, I'm not really getting this at all. Right. So maybe we're still not at the right place yet. I think we're not at the right place yet. And here's a statue of a person, or a person with an incredibly pointy nose, who is... What are you looking up at, my friend? Okay, well, maybe you got petrified by a... By petrified, I mean not just scared, but actually turned to stone by a Gorgon or a Medusa or something. You know, I remember my D&D monsters. Thank you very much. Okay, and that gets even weirder, so who knows? But tell you what, you're the first thing that looks like a person that I've found, and you seem to be staring at the windmill. So let's have a look at the windmill. Maybe the windmill will help us clarify some things. Oh yeah, this seems like a good place to start because this is another. This seems like an entry-level thing. I wonder if it being in green is one of the indicators of that. Okay, we're making a cross shape, which seems fitting because it looks like there's a church steeple over there. Or maybe I'm just reading in. Ooh. There's a basement. Okay. Oh, and if you do it the other way, it powers the other thing. That's interesting. All right. What's down here then? Nice little cavey bit of business. Okay, I'm starting to get slightly nervous. I'm having like Zork flashbacks again. And that is a gate that is held in place, I think, by that clamp. But, all right. Okay. So I think you probably have to go around this way, keeping all of the white tiles on the right, not passing through any of the black and black. Yes. Okay, interesting. I think we've gone in the right direction this time, and I appear to be breathing heavily. Oh, hi there. Ew. Right. This was maybe that graph papery thing that or that hex map paper thing that I found in the dust bin. Okay. And per a recommendation from Knock, I did actually take a picture of it on my phone. So but I'm not doing at all what that was suggesting that I should do. Partly because it doesn't actually look. And presumably we need to start in one of these places. Okay, maybe I need to just go back and look at that thing again, or maybe I'm thinking I'm trying to apply this this solution to in the wrong place. I mean, it seems like I'm probably trying to apply this solution in the right place, but okay. No, I don't think that's the right one, though. Maybe this is the right way. No, I just did this last time, I think. Yeah, that was the right thing. Okay, that made something go boom.
Well, that's no better a solution than any of the others, is it? So, in the end, have we learned anything from this look at why the world turned out the way it did that's of any use to us in our future?
Huh.
Something, I think. That the key to why things change is the key to everything. How easy is it for knowledge to spread? And that in the past, the people who made change happen were the people who had that knowledge, whether they were craftsmen or kings. Today, the people who make things change, the people who have that knowledge, are the scientists and the technologists who are the true driving force of humanity. And before you say, what about the Beethovens and the Michelangelos? Let me suggest something with which you may disagree violently. That at best, the products of human emotion, art, philosophy, politics, music, literature, are interpretations of the world that tell you more about the guy who's talking than about the world he's talking about. Second-hand views of the world, made third-hand by your interpretation of them. Things like that, as opposed to this. Know what it is? It's a bunch of amino acids, the stuff that goes to build up a worm or a geranium or you. This stuff's easier to take, isn't it? Understandable. Got people in it. This, scientific knowledge, is hard to take because it removes the reassuring crutches of opinion, ideology, and leaves only what is demonstrably true about the world.
No, that doesn't make it hard to
And the
take.
reason why
Not
so
for
many
me.
people may be thinking about throwing away those crutches is because, thanks to science and technology, they have begun to know that they don't know so much, and that if they are to have more say in what happens to their lives, more freedom to develop their abilities to the full, they have to be helped towards that knowledge that they know exists and that they don't possess. And by help towards that knowledge, I don't mean give everybody a computer and say, help yourself. Where would you even start? No, I mean trying to find ways to translate the knowledge, to teach us to ask the right questions. See, we're on the edge of a revolution in communications technology that is going to make that more possible than ever before. Or, if that's not done, to cause an explosion of knowledge that will leave those of us who don't have access to it as powerless as if we were deaf, dumb, and blind.
Well, and explosions.
And I don't think most people want
Okay.
that. So what do we do about it? I don't know. But maybe a good start would be to recognize within yourself the ability to understand anything, because that ability is there, as long as it's explained clearly enough. And then go and ask for explanations. And if you're thinking right now, what do I ask for? Ask yourself if there's anything in your life that you want changed. That's where to start.
Okay. Okay, thank you for that James Burke infomercial. That was kind of adorable and charmingly meta in this where it's set in this game. Yes, the Strategic Air Command, the United Kingdom Atomic Energy Authority, Central Electricity Generating Board, Institute of Child Health, and Waits Built Homes. I wonder if that's a real video that they just, I have a feeling it's not.
Well,
Oh, it's
that's
more
no
James
better a
Burke.
solution than any of
Okay.
the others, is it? So, in the end, have we learned anything from this look at why the world turned out the way it did that's of any use to us in our future?
Oh, is this a blooper reel or
Something,
multiple
I think.
takes?
That the key to why things change is the key to everything.
Okay. Oh. So
Well,
is it-
that's no better a solution than any of the others, is it? So, in the end, have we learned anything from
Is
this
this just-
look at
this is
why
just
the
the
world
same
turned out
video,
the way
isn't
it
it?
did that's of any use to us in our future? Something, I think. That the key to why things change is the key to everything. How easy is it for knowledge to spread? And that in the past, the people who made change happen were the people who had that knowledge, whether they were craftsmen or kings. Today, the people who make things change, the people who have that knowledge, are the scientists and the
It's
technologists.
nice acoustical business.
And before you say, what about the Beethovens and Michelangelos? Let me suggest something with which you may disagree violently. That at best, the products of human emotion, art, philosophy, politics, music, literature, are interpretations of the world that tell you
Hello,
more about the
James
guy who's
Burke.
talking than about the world he's talking about. Second-hand views of the world, made third-hand by your interpretation of them.
Okay.
Things like that, as opposed to this. Know what it is? It's a bunch of amino acids.
It feels
The
very
stuff that
cute
goes
to
to
me
build up
that
a worm or a geranium.
if you stand in the right place
Or
in
you.
between all of these frames where this guy
This stuff's
is,
easier to take, isn't it? Understand
doing his speech, you get a what looks an awful lot
This
like a
scientific knowledge is hard
Christian
to take
crucifix.
because it removes the reassuring crutches of opinion, ideology, and leaves only what is demonstrably true about the world.
Oh, so do we actually have to
And the
listen to
reason
this all the
why
way through?
so
It
many
sort of
people
seems
may
like
be
we
thinking
do.
about throwing away those crutches is because, thanks to science, they've begun to know.
I don't think I need to listen to that over and over and over again. Feels like it's staged as sort of indoctrination, and I kind of like the message he seems to be getting at, but I don't think I want to listen to it over and over and over again, so we'll just stand back here and watch his glasses through the window, and we'll, I'm totally going to have to Wikipedia James Burke, too, because the sound, the voice sounds familiar. The face doesn't really look particularly familiar, but, you know, just like David Attenborough is the voice of nature documentaries, this guy, he is the voice of probably science documentaries. Maybe he's like sort of a Richard Dawkins kind of guy. I do not know. But anyway, moving right along.
And then go and ask for explanations. And if you're thinking right now, what do I ask for? Ask yourself if there's anything in your life that you want changed. That's where to start.
Okay, so I've not actually unlocked any more of these. And here's another one of these sort of broken things, which there doesn't seem to be any point in really fooling around with. Okay, and I have no idea what this one is going to do, but maybe I can sort of figure it out. What if you just avoid them entirely? Oh, that's interesting. That's weird. Maybe I only need to do 3 of them now, and not this one. So that seems like that's probably doable. Okay, I'm not making any sense of what's going on here, honestly. Okay, well that didn't have any effect at all. So, okay. Tell you what, we're going to... Apparently we can't watch any more of, what's his face? James Burke right now, which is probably just as well. How long have I been doing this? Okay. Trying to keep these to about the 40-minute mark, so we've got about 5 minutes left. But, so this is something that we were able to do. Fine, fine. I don't think we missed any panels that we could do puzzly, mazy things on here. No. I should look up and see what's going on up there, though. Can one get up to the top of that to see what's what up there? Yeah, one kind of can anyway. Well, except there's this rather inconvenient stone wall. Okay. So no. So how about if we see if this changes anything with what we have to do down here in the basement of the windmill. And it would appear not. Okay, well this is the same maze as the one on the doors on the other side, but it has those extra features, and I don't know what those extra features mean or do. But if we reverse it, Okay, if we reverse it, I have no idea why. I'm clearly not understanding what these things are for yet. Yeah, I don't know. I'm starting to actually get a little bit frustrated by this. I also feel like maybe I've kind of gone to the wrong place. Or I'm like a little bit ahead of where maybe the proper order of doing things is. I don't know. Though that's definitely talking about it's a machine, you know. It's actually, you know, a relatively like primitive generator, but it's a scientific and mechanical invention, and we're facing what looks like, judging by the windows, you know, a somewhat shattered church. And are the stones significant? Maybe. Maybe I'm just reading too much into it. But, you know, it seems like it's trying to set up a fairly clear, you know, if we've got a broken spirituality facing off against a still functional, mechanical, and scientific something. So, okay, let's fire up church and see what happens. Okay, this one is a little bit strange because it doesn't seem like there are any particular guidelines or limitations on this. Try and make something that's just kind of like a cross. I don't know. Okay, maybe we've just kind of gotten to the limit of what we can achieve here at this point. Can't seem to ring the bell. There's nothing else going on up here. Right. That door is, or that structure is locked at this point. There's multiple locked doors. That has a fire escape thing that is currently closed. This has this weird... bit of business. Well, let's see if we can try and make the shape that that it's sort of depicting there, maybe. No. Okay. What else? What else? What else? Right, and then there's this fucking thing, which who the hell knows what's up with this? Yeah. I'm clearly not getting this at all at this point. Did I even go in here? Don't think I did. I appear to have opened this door. Did I? No. And there's nothing at all that's going on here. This actually feels like a navigable sort of rendition of because it's like 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, 4 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So maybe the landscape is actually the clue to figuring out what route to choose. Okay, and if that's the case, then Whoa. Then could there be the same thing for... Could there be the same thing for this door at the bottom of this structure? I don't know. And there are all of these things around here that are seem like they're sort of variations on the theme, but there are also a whole bunch of things that I don't feel like I really have the tools to solve. Though, curiously, that's something that I don't think that was moving before. Maybe it was, and I just didn't notice it. Of course, I'm starting to feel like wildly insecure again, like, you know, actually all of these are really quite obvious if you just see it, and I'm clearly not just seeing it, so... Yeah, and we can't get in there until we solve what's going on in the church, it looks like. Then there's this business that... From this building, we go to this building. Or maybe it goes the other way around, so we start from here. This was the one thing that we could actually do something with that seemed to do something. And the sun is right there. What if we... No, that's not a mirror, though. That seems like... I mean, I assume from this thing, it's maybe a projector. Okay, I'm not getting... I'm still a person, though. With a perhaps slightly questionable hairstyle. I'm not entirely sure what to do next, but there's 3 chutes on the side of that building, and I think I still can't get into this building yet, nor can I even see inside. Because that is vaguely reminiscent of the antenna itself. So maybe for this one you need to point the antenna in the proper direction, which from this direction is like 2 o'clock or thereabouts. Though it's entirely possible these are completely unrelated. I think that's about right. It's either 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. The way this sort of weird off-kilter business is pointing. No, it's definitely 2 o'clock. Well, let's see. Probably nothing, but this is last stab. I'm going to take at anything right now. Yeah. Yeah, that was very much a long shot. I think this is probably at least slightly unrelated to the other. Okay, fuck it. I just do not know, and I'm going to give up for now. In some frustration. Yeah, we're closing in on an hour here, actually, so... Oh, there's that lovely little bridge over there. Okay, I'm not entirely going to give up. Well, I'm not going to give up, but, yeah, what do we have going on back here? Maybe we should just move up the coast. Just leave that little villagey business where it is and go and see what's going on over here. I don't think I'm going to do anything here unless there's something incredibly obvious right now, but, ooh, it's like giant sand dunes. Or an excavation. Yeah, that's an elevator. This looks like a temple that... or the ruins thereof. A temple to the sun. Ah. Well now. Yeah, I definitely still don't know about that hairstyle. We're getting some incidental music in there though, so that's seems like maybe it's significant. So what, we have a little patch of like quasi-Egyptian ruins here? Okay. These clearly don't work yet. Or they don't seem to work yet. I don't know, I kind of think maybe I was in the right place earlier and I was just like a little bit too dumb tonight to figure out what the hell's going on. Which is a little bit demoralizing because it's never fun to feel like you're stupid. Okay, I think we're gonna leave it here. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. Oh, the island doesn't actually look like it's that much bigger, though. It seems like it just kind of loops around there, and maybe that is the furthest point, and then it just comes around. I could be completely wrong about that. Anyway, that's all for now. This was incredibly frustrating. I hope it wasn't frustrating to watch. I know watching people play through games where I actually like know what's going to happen next or know what the solution is. I find it sort of, I can find it to be frustrating at times. So I hope you're not experiencing that watching this. And yeah, feel free to leave any comments. Comments are certainly appreciated. I may not respond to them on the comments page, but I'll try and respond to them in the video. And yeah, that is all for now. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. See you next time. Bye.